our crack reporter who got that interview. Brian Entin is NewsNation's senior national correspondent. I am so curious, Brian, about this prosecutor, Bill Thompson, and you had a chance to speak with somebody who knows Bill well and may have, you know, a prediction to make about what Bill's going to do. Tell me about it.
Yeah, it's interesting, Ashleigh. You know, this is a small community. It's a small legal community. Pretty much everybody, if you're a lawyer, you're a prosecutor, you're one of the judges, everybody knows everybody. They either went to law school together or they worked together at one point, and that's certainly the case with Bill Thompson. Everybody knows him. He's been prosecutor since 1992. You mentioned he's a Democrat. This is a very blue county in what is a very, very red state. But he has had experiences with the death penalty before. Just because he's a Democrat doesn't mean that he has never pushed the death penalty before in his cases. He has, in fact, several times. It was hard finding people to talk to out here, again, because people don't want to talk about people they're friends with, and it's such a small community. Nobody wants to make anyone mad in the gag order. But we were able to find one attorney. His name's James Seeby. He's worked here for decades, knows Bill Thompson well. I wanted to ask him about Bill Thompson, specifically when it comes to the death penalty. Take a listen.
He's had a couple cases where death was imposed. Those sentences were later vacated due to facts beyond Bill's control.
So he's willing to go the death route?
Well, I'm not going to speak for him and say he's willing. I'm saying he's done it before, so he's obviously not opposed to it, and he's following his what he sees as his statutory and constitutional duty.
It's interesting, Ashleigh. We sent a request to the prosecutor's office, to Bill Thompson's office, asking for information about past cases that involve the death penalty. We got a response saying that they wouldn't answer because of the gag order involving Bryan Kohberger, which is kind of perplexing because our questions had absolutely nothing to do with Bryan Kohberger. But that just sort of gives you a sense of just like how everyone is just on lockdown here.
And that is why the media and also the Gonzalez family, speaking on behalf of some of the other families as well, are fighting this gag order because sometimes it's just run amok. I get it. Your Sixth Amendment rights are important. You deserve a fair trial. But we don't have secret justice in America. And that I outlined it perfectly, Brian. You asked a question that has nothing to do with the investigation or the case. Yeah. And they're just blanketing, you know, we refuse to speak. P.S. You're paid by the public. You are public officials. And the process is a public process. Crime and justice is a public process in America. I'm off my soapbox. All right. The other thing I wanted you to talk about, if you can, with me, Brian, and that is the track record of the death penalty in the state of Idaho. I actually think it's a bit surprising.
Yeah, I was surprised to learn these numbers because we've talked so much about the death penalty in this case, and we've talked about the firing squad, which now exists in Idaho, and you sort of get this feeling like, wow, death penalty, they use it all the time. No, they don't. There has only been 3 executions, 3 in the entire state since the 70s. Only 3 times. And of those 3, one of those people we found out voluntarily didn't fight his sentence. So of all the other cases, people either die from natural causes just while they're waiting because it takes so long. There's so many appeals. There's always appeals. It goes up to the Idaho Supreme Court sometimes. And it's not just like when you get a death sentence that you're suddenly executed. I mean, it goes on for decades and decades and decades. And only 3 people have been executed here since the 70s.
It's so interesting, Brian. We were just showing a picture of the firing squad setup, right? In I think it's Utah's actually, because the state of Idaho is going to be building a new one to make room for their brand new law that's going to take effect in July. And when you look at it, it looks so medieval. It looks so macabre. It looks so, I mean, just awful, right? And it's hard to sort of get your head around the fact that many people say that the firing squad is actually far more humane than the lethal injection, which came about because of humane issues. You know, lethal injection has been botched and painful and long and horrifying. And, you know, by all accounts, the firing squad is pretty instantaneous. So it's just weird seeing that picture and realizing that that apparently is supposed to be more humane. Can I ask you about Idaho law and how it's really sort of falling in with a lot of other states when it comes to families and their say and how they feel, the families of the victims, how they feel about a death penalty?
Yeah, so the families, the Idaho state law says clearly that the families do have a say. They are supposed to be asked and have conversations with the prosecutor about what they want to see happen, what they think, what their feelings are. We already know because of your exclusive interviews that the Gonzalez family is for the death penalty in this case. They alluded to the fact that there may be other families, other victims' families also, but we don't know, are there going to be family members who are against the death penalty? We don't know, but we know that they have a say. But this is the important distinction. While they have the right to give input to the prosecutor, at the end of the day, it's going to be Prosecutor Bill Thompson's decision. So what will be interesting, and what I've been talking to lawyers here about, a lot of them didn't want to go on camera because they didn't want to talk about Bill Thompson on TV, because again, it's just such a close-knit community. But if you have some families who want the death penalty and you have some families who don't, Bill Thompson is going to have to make a call. And it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.